Hello and welcome to another update video about Cosmos Atom. The key support is still the $13.40 level. At the moment we've got it as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. I mean, as long as we're holding 13.44, could assume that we push higher here. To be fair, we can look at this in a little bit more detail. By the way, at the moment we've got it counted as a leading diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we would be in that wave 5. Technically, I mean, you could say maybe this is already finished, this move, and we're heading further down. Then we would have to say the wave 5, the wave 5 was already in here, but this was not clear enough of a wave 5 to make it likely. As long as the 13.40 level is in place, we can focus on higher, and ideally we don't want to retrace more than the 78.6% FIB level at $14, okay? So as long as $14 is in place, this would give us more confidence to push higher, because this could maybe be the wave 1 of the wave 5. We're now coming down in the wave 2 of the wave 5. So we can put a little bit more detail into this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and key target is around the $20 level. That would be ideal, and whilst holding the $14 level. Now there is another potential in here. It doesn't really make a difference in the short term, but it's, short term it makes a longer term, let's say, or medium term, it makes a bit of a difference, because we can count this differently. We can add another 1-2 pattern in here, and that would suggest that what we're doing here, that the wave 5 that I've got here in blue will only be the 5th wave of a 3rd wave. So that this does not complete a larger wave 1, but in fact already a wave 3. Or only the wave 3, which means there will be a wave 4 coming afterwards and a wave 5 pushing even higher. But it's a little bit too early to really talk about that, because things are a bit unclear at the moment. I'd say, look, we can certainly push higher as long as we're holding the $14 level. I think that is sort of the message. And of course, we have a breakout point here above the $17 level. So very clearly, if we move above, say, the $17, then I think the target would be the 20. Anybody who hasn't bought in yet, I mean, it's entirely up to you what you're doing. What I'd be doing personally, because if this would have to be a 1-2 setup, we know that in a 1-2 setup, or in the wave 2, you would normally retrace to, I mean, typically at least the 50% FIB level, then the 61.8 or the 78.6. Below that we just get unreliable. The way to play this would be to possibly get into here, in a wave 2, in this wave 2 area between these FIB levels, so between $15 and $14. But be aware that this is possibly, obviously, only the 5th wave. Now, if you assume that this is the 5th wave of a 3rd, there will be a 4 and a 5 coming afterwards. So potentially the target is higher, and if you can manage to get in here at around $14, whilst having a stop loss somewhere around below 13, this would allow you to get in here with a fairly low risk compared to the reward. But I mean, at the moment, this is looking still promising, I think. But I think key is obviously to hold this $14 level, or at the very least, the $13.40 level, where we had resistance here, and support here. And if we drop below that, we would have support at $12.42. But if we lose this, where we had a lot of resistance here, then I think it's over, and we will come down already, and would have to assume that the wave 5 was already in here, and that we're coming down. And would then be looking at something around the $10 mark, maybe even a little bit lower. Very crucial. If we lose the $7.50 level, that wave 2 low, then we have to assume that all of this was just a correction, and we will be heading further down to make lower lows. And we had a few key support levels here. One I've got on the chart already at 425, but at the moment we can't see that. Still, obviously we are now in an uptrend, so there's no reason to focus on that until we see a clear signal that this is not going to work out as planned. And that's my update about Cosmos Atom. Now, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.